Today we're going to look at the Stokke Yoyo3, the latest version of the original Ultra Compact, and a model that we've always been big fans of for its simple, durable design. So let's jump straight into it then, going over the Yoyo3 from top to bottom and examining its advantages and disadvantages in terms of child comfort, ease of use, performance, and mechanics, before ending with the discussion of which uses and lifestyles it best suits. And beginning with some stats, the Yoyo3 weighs in at 6.2 kilos and folds down to 52 by 44 by 18 centimeters. It can take 22 kilos in the seat and an increased supposed 10 kilos in the underslung shopping basket. Looking at child comfort, the Yoyo seat is adjustable between a semi-recline and a nicely upright position, while size-wise, it measures 31 centimeters in width and has a length for the sitting surface, meaning the combined lengths of the backboard and baseboard, of 69 centimeters when the seat is upright and 76 when the seat is reclined, with the added length coming from a sneaky new pillow sewn on the inside of the canopy that pops into place when you lay back the seat. I would note here that there's also a leg rest accessory available for extra purchase that can be useful until your child is around a year to a year and a half or so, and that the Yoyo also has ample space under the canopy, as well as a front frame mounted footrest, that give the model a total length of 112 centimeters when considering these features with use in the upright position. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the Yoyo's textiles are durable and premium feeling, and there's now more mesh built into the seat back under the inlay to improve ventilation, though note that you do still need to use the seat insert due to scratchy Velcro on the seat back. The harness is easy to open and close, but the shoulder straps are not tracked, as has become increasingly common on the wider market, and need to be rethreaded to change elevation. As far as the canopy goes, there's a new ventilation window on the back, which is nice, though the fact that it shares a flap with the peekaboo window makes it impossible to cover both at the same time. And the canopy is also more extendable now, with a second section added to the sun flap, and provides more than adequate coverage. Lastly, for use with a newborn, the Yoyo has both car seat adapters available, as well as a hard-shelled bassinet and the Zero Plus base, which we'll be putting out a separate review of soon. When it comes to parent comfort, the Yoyo's handle stands at a fixed height of 106 centimeters, which is taller than usual for ultra compacts, while the shopping basket is nicely accessible due to the low lip, and also relatively large for a model of this sort. Though that being said, I do doubt that anyone can actually cram 10 kilos of anything useful in it volume-wise. When it comes to folding, the Yoyo takes a little more work than with most competing models, requiring two hands, having two steps, and where the front wheels sometimes get in the way, though this can often be a worthy trade-off in my opinion, depending on your needs, for the mechanical simplicity of the folding system, which is incredibly durable as a result. And when folded, the Yoyo is self-standing and is also one of the most comfortable models to carry slung from your shoulder due to its slim folded profile and padded shoulder strap. As far as how the Yoyo feels to use, it's sturdily built and has thick bars, making it feel pretty safe to treat a bit roughly, though it has a fair number of hinged points that tend to loosen up over time, especially when the model is used regularly over bumpy ground or with too much added weight beyond your kid. Wheel size is slightly above average on the Yoyo, 5.3 inches all round, but suspension is minimal, especially in the back, and this, combined with the narrow rear frame, mean that, though it can handle broken sidewalks, gravel, lawn, and the like when you need it to, long stretches of continuously bumpy ground, such as cobblestone streets, are pretty uncomfortable and will accelerate wear and loosening. Alright, let's move on to the mechanics of the Yoyo then, starting off with the folding system and the general structure of the chassis, where I'd note that the Yoyo3's chassis is essentially identical to the Yoyo2, and where the model remains, to my knowledge, the only ultra compact without internal wires or too many small, complicated internal mechanisms involved in its folding system, which is a major positive for durability, removing the possibility of lots of problems, including symmetry issues, where folding one side may get more fiddly than the other, that often develop with several competing ultra compacts. While the Yoyo's folding system then consists only of two basic spring-operated rotating points on the handle arms and an equally simple, though sturdier, locking point on the underside of the seat, which, when unlocked, releases hinged points on the rest of the chassis to complete the fold. Beyond the folding system, I'd also note that the yo-yo has great cross support from its wraparound handle, as well as a multitude of solid crossbars, and that several of the key hinged points are put together with screws as opposed to rivets, meaning that they can be tightened to combat loosening. Moving down to the rear frame, there's a little suspension from rubber built into the joints, which is better than nothing, but unfortunately provides less shock absorption than springs would. The brake system is simple and rotation-based, which is a more durable setup than wire-based systems, and I'd note that in my experience with past versions of the yo-yo, brake problems are pretty rare. As far as the wheels go, the tires are made of a solid rubber that doesn't tend to get too ugly over time, and the wheels aren't removable without a screwdriver, which makes for a tight connection. The ball bearings do tend to wear down and get loose down the line, which is the only regularly occurring wear problem with the yo-yo in my experience, though a spare set of wheels is available for extra purchase and doesn't cost all that much, and this is also a problem that doesn't tend to show up for a few years and only as a result of relatively intense use. Looking lastly at the front end, the suspension built into the forks is a bit more noticeable than in the rear. There are no swivel locks on the model, which is fine in my opinion, as these are unnecessary over the smoother sort of terrain where the yo-yo is best suited. The connection of the forks within the front frame is very tight, meaning that you don't need swivel locks to deal with wobble problems, and the front wheels have to come in at an angle for the model to fold down correctly anyway. The ball bearings in the front can also wear down over time, requiring replacement, but beyond this, there are no commonly occurring wear issues that I've seen. So, is the yo-yo still worth getting then? Yes, absolutely. Despite being a bit lacking versus the wider market in some ways, most notably by not having an inbuilt leg rest, that the recline could be a bit deeper, that the fold takes a bit more effort than what's usual these days, and that it's a bit on the pricey side, the model's proven durability still definitely makes it worth its price in my opinion. In general, I find the yo-yo most ideal for travel or for more regular use in a tighter urban environment, especially if you'll need to regularly fold and carry your stroller as a result of crowded public transport. The wide array of accessories for the model is also a positive, and I'd lastly like to note that the yo-yo's simple design makes it a good candidate for buying secondhand, and also that most of the upgrades with the Yoyo3 are on the textiles of the color pack, making it possible to upgrade older versions of the yo-yo for only around $60. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as this sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description. Thank you.